Alright, let's take the vault cabin out for a test drive. So after playing with the Janabi cabin for a while, this thing feels so slow. But I mean, it's worth it if we take a look at the power score differences. You see that trigger kind of came off pretty quickly. And that's what these plasma emitters are really good at. Is stripping away weapons, especially the ones that have a bit of a squishy nature to them. I was trying to get that guy to shoot the back of my rig so it goes through some of the armor there. But he managed to get me, and then the bot with the triggers finished me off. And they're quite deadly with those weapons, the triggers and the destructors, because their aim is so good. Man, there was just a lot of pushing around in there. And then I got cooked by the guy with the fat man. Sometimes the scrap punk can be pretty annoying. And here's another guy with also a synthesis, but I took that one off. You know, these syntheses are pretty squishy, so it was a question of who's going to be getting to it first. But he only had one, I think. There was one on his roof and then a borer. This is a single target. Should be able to get this guy. Yeah, it's an assist. But there we go. We won that round. Ah, this guy with the doom mines. He was wrecking me quite a few times during this match. But in this case, I got cooked by the bot. One thing about these plasma emitters is that the range is pretty finicky. Yeah, the guy with the doom mine came out from under the bridge. Yeah, my emitter should have taken care of those GLs. But then I got the dude with the doom mine. terrorizing the neighborhood with his dooms. They're pretty cool. I wish I could get me 2 or 3 of them. Because they take about 8 energy, if I'm not mistaken. This guy's only running 2 of them. On a growl cabin, it seems. Right there, I got him again. And it looks like we're gonna win this match. We need 1 more frag after getting that bot. So, you know, just 1 more, fellas. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. They made one hell of a comeback. So that was pretty cool. So that was a battle between weapons that are pretty good at stripping away other weapons. He's running some a fidget and a piercer. And it kind of just comes down to who can target down the weapons the fastest. But in that case I won. Even those crickets were no match for this Prometheus. But alright, when everybody gangs up on me, then I'm gonna get wrecked anyways. Yeah, the guy with the fidget and the piercer, I was just kind of making a run for it. And he was following me around. We can still win this match. We're pretty much neck and neck here. That guy drove into me. Okay, we're no longer neck and neck. I think this one is going to go the other way. But let's see, they still need to get the 4 points. And if we can just get some teammates together to just target them down, then we'll do actually pretty well. Alright, but not like this. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's take the Janabi cabin this time. This match was kind of weird. There were a lot of helicopter builds in here. The entire team is almost running a chopper build. Yeah, it's just best to SD at the back there. If the rig is so messed up. Oh man, those hurricanes are crazy. 8 rockets and this guy had 2 of them on his belt. We had a would-be thief in this match, but we managed to stop his him every time. I just wanted to get this bot back in the game because that's a Deer's bot, and they're pretty crazy. Look at this, here he is again. Ugh, but those rocket launchers do a lot of damage. Those Lucifers. See here that Templar left the match, which is too bad because we ended up winning this one, even though it was such a battle of attrition pretty much. And I kept thinking, man, I shouldn't be messing around so close to their base because I'm just gonna end up feeding them points. So trying to run away here, but that didn't work. This guy has a very strange build. It's pretty much just a cabin with legs and 2 boosters. We need 1 more point. And I saw some teammates that are already going there. I figured I should back them up. They turned out to be a bot, and I was like, okay, if I end up being the last frag here, I'm gonna be, man, that's gonna be embarrassing. So I made a run for it, and then there we go. We won the match. Here's another one with the capsule collection and delivery. And this was a perfect one of how not to play from the enemy team's perspective. They kept coming in one by one to our area, and then we just ended up picking them off and then winning like that. And the thing is, if the human players do it, then the bots kind of follow them. And then what you have is the human player comes in, and the bot is close behind him. The human gets wrecked, the bot gets wrecked, and it just continues like that. Pretty much the whole match. So this is... Don't be playing like this. And this ain't cool. You'll see in a minute here. It just kept coming in here. Look at this. Look at that. I had 500 HP left on my build, and that fiercest thing took me out in one hit. Those things are absolutely crazy. And they're also pretty tough. They have a ton of durability. Look at this. Those machine guns were no match for my plasma emitters. And now there's no way to defend himself. So if I get rid of the wheels, then he's pretty much just a sitting duck. Look at that. And this was the last frag also. Look at that. We're gonna win this. There was some good teamwork in this match, though. We grouped up underneath the bridge here and did a pretty good job at cleaning them up. But look at this. This thing is running Reapers. And with these plasma emitters, if you can sort of focus them, then you can take down even those miniguns. Another Reaper bot. But when there's two of us, then they don't really stand a chance, especially if they're alone. And we had two other human players here and a bot beneath the bridge. So that was pretty cool. The only thing that you have now is that we're gonna run into each other a couple of times. Ugh, this thing has blockchains on it. So it's imperative to get rid of them as quickly as possible. There was a dogfight going on here in the sky, and I wanted to test out how do these things work when trying to target down a helicopter. And they're a lot harder to use than like the machine guns, because there's leading the shot, but then there's also this annoying delay between volleys. Alright, so all in all, these plasma emitters are pretty cool. As long as the Prometheus 5 is still attached here, then the damage is pretty good. And they feel really nice. I mean, I've been driving around with this build for so long at this point, so I'm pretty good with the car itself. And now it's just the new weapons on here. The only thing that's a bit annoying is that sort of delay in between shots, but you still need to pull the trigger. So that can kind of mess it up a bit. If you can time it correctly, these things are pretty good at stripping away weapons if you can hit them. Like for instance, that Prometheus there is going to come out in two of them, and these ones, one volley is enough to take off those synthesis. Let's see here on my Leviathan. This thing is a piece of work, but there's an AC Storm there. Yeah, that one is done. There's a Mace Shotgun over there. That one is also finished. And then what's this? Yeah, the Hulk is going to take a bit, but even that one is no match. If you can focus on it for a bit. Let me leave you with the with a cool cinematic look of my car. And then thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.